Sentinels of sanitation in silence stand, a sedate army in serried ranks, along roads, down street, up avenue on either hand, so dutiful and proud, and never ask our thanks. In simple uniform of lulling green, against the cream pebble dash of household stone, they are not difficult, but easy to be seen, and much more user-friendly than the arrogant and average traffic cone. No camouflage for you, my friends. No aesthetic disaster nor fashionable trends, but hungry bellies all, ravenous for that which we let fall into your dark and booming maw. One moonless night, in one of your kind, I found a broken kite, a tin of tan polish, and a dead cat, much maligned. Shout, shout against the littering. Do not fall gently into that green bin. Many people have asked me the question, who are the poets that have influenced you? Basically, there are just four. Dylan Thomas, W.B. Yeats, Harry Webb, and Iain Tudor Swain. I had the pleasure of meeting the great man once, many, many years ago, at Tanning Hall in Abergavenny. I was just a young actor at the time. He'd hired me to read from the works of the Marquis de Sade. The great hall itself, the roaring fire in the hearth, the Edwardian strangeness, the costumes, the lights, the chandeliers, the croquet in fancy dress, the hunting, grouse shooting, cockfighting, the decadence, and then at night, in the great hall, the erotic cabaret with naked female dancers, dwarves, jugglers, fire-eaters, living statues, and Iain Tudor Swain there, every night, after dinner, telling us tales into the early hours, reciting his poetry, in his eye patch and his hat, always, always in eye patch and hat. Of course, there was that little contretemps which took place between he and I in the orangery. Then onto the lawn, into the billiard room, and then back onto the lawn after that. But he is a man of such great spirit that he forgave me, as indeed I forgave him. So I wonder if he's still alive. Probably not. He was a man who pushed boundaries. I cannot believe this. I have just had an email from Iain Tudor Swain. Says www.youtube.com/Iain Tudor Swain.
Today I wanted to write a proper poem with similes and metaphors and rhymes in order to impress the serious reader searching for culture in these benighted times. For subject, I would choose a tale of heroes, men from our past who gave their lives for us, who fought in trenches, deserts, tanks and airplanes, singing their songs and dying without fuss. Those were the days of measured understatement, stiff upper lip and stubborn to the end, ready to risk their lives for our survival, willing to lose their lives to save a friend. But when I went to write my proper poem and thought of all those lads who'd gone before, who died in battle by the tens of thousands, all I could write was, man's greatest crime is war. My poems deal in life, sex and death. Other poets deal in more trivial matters. Off the top of my head, just one example. Poetry of the landscape. I mean, how pretentious is that? This person, who shall remain nameless, he knows nothing of poetry. This person has not studied poetry like I have. Yet he's on the internet, calling himself a poet. He claims to have met me, a sad, pathetic attempt to trade off my name. We have never met. Never. He knows who he is. I would not lower myself to name him. David Garland Jones, you're a charlatan!
Maybe I never met him. Maybe I wasn't there.